Hi and welcome to a very special episode of JoeSCENTMe. My name is Joe and I am your host for today. Now, the reason for this video is because I actually discovered a new company and it's called the Brethren Attire. Now, this company is a brand new company. It started about 2 years ago and I was contacted by the owner of the company to try out their fragrance line. They actually make fragrance oils, a bunch of them as a matter of fact. So if you go to their website, you're going to notice that they carry both shirts for men as well as their fragrance oils. But I'm here to talk to you about their fragrance oil because that is what's near and dear to me. Now, I do like shirts, by the way, and they do make some really awesome French cuff shirts, and you can order them in any size you want for your man. Let's talk about the fragrances. When I was contacted by the owner of the company, he had mentioned that he has a line of fragrance oils that is an inspired by fragrance line for a variety of different fragrance brands. So even though he's not affiliated with these brands, he has created basically his own line of fragrances that are very, very close relation to the other. So if you were to buy their Coco Chanel, it would smell like the Coco Chanel, the real one. But at a fraction of the cost. Here's what's amazing about it. This bottle right here, which is an 8 milliliter bottle, will last you about a month and a half to 2 months. This bottle is only 20 bucks right now. And they have a bottle that's about 7 times as large as this. It's a 50 milliliter. That'll last you almost a year, if not a whole year. And it costs only $60, which that's probably the better deal because 6 of these bottles are gonna cost you 120 bucks. So I definitely recommend the larger size if you can go for it. However, if you're like me and you like variety, I recommend getting this because you can have a variety and try different things. Speaking of variety, they have hundreds of fragrances from the high end to the regular celebrity brands. They have hundreds of fragrances and they are for men and for women. So it's not just for men. This is not just a men's clothing company. They do have men's and women's fragrances. And they are available to you just by going to the website, which is thebrethranattire.com, and the link is down below. Please check it out. They also have an Instagram page too, so make sure you follow them on Instagram, and you'll see all the details on there as well. The owner of the company, Jamal, he's a wonderful guy. It was just nice talking to him about their line. And one thing that I haven't really taken into consideration is fragrance oils. I have such a huge collection of cologne and perfume for men, and none of them are just oils. It's gotten me to think that oils are a good thing, actually. Now, his oils, by the way, are based on jojoba or jojoba, whatever you want to call it. Jojoba based oils, which is it's a natural oil, and it blends in the skin very well. It shouldn't react, but if it does, he does have a disclaimer on the website that if it reacts to your skin, don't use it anymore. For the most part, it shouldn't react. It's very natural and it feels very good on the skin. And actually, jojoba, if you research, is an oil that's actually good for healing properties. So I think we might be able to have a dual purpose thing here. You can heal yourself and smell good at the same time, why not? So anyway, I want to talk to you about the advantages of oil-based fragrances versus an alcohol-based fragrance. And if you've remembered the videos that I made recently where I talk about dry down and I talk about the ingredients that are in fragrance making, the #1 ingredient in most fragrances is alcohol. And the #2 ingredient in most fragrances is the actual perfume oil. And so what's left from the alcohol in most eau de toilettes is usually 8% perfume oil to alcohol. So imagine that 8% of your 100 milliliter bottle is the actual oil itself. In fact, after you spray yourself on your wrist or on your neck, check out your wrist about 15 minutes later after the dry down. You'll notice a tiny bit of oil there. That leads me to my next point. Oil-based fragrances do not need time to dry down. They get absorbed into the skin very quickly, And what you smell is actually the dry down already. So you do not need to wait for the top notes. You don't need to wait for the middle notes. You're already at the base note. You're already at the actual theme of the fragrance is already there. For those of you who just can't wait for the fragrance, that's a great aspect of it. The other advantage of an oil-based fragrance is because oil doesn't require you to have gallons of it. You don't have to carry it in such large containers, which means a container like this is very portable. You can keep it in your pocket, you can keep it in your gym bag, you can take it with you anywhere, you can leave it in the car, you can do whatever. Oil-based is travelable. You can carry it anywhere you go. Even the 50 milliliter you can put in your carry-on. The other thing too is because it's oil-based, you don't need to use as much. Little goes a long way, so it lasts a long time. The other thing about oil fragrances is that the longevity of the fragrance. It lasts a while. Like the one I'm wearing today, I'm trying right now, Chanel Platinum for Men. And I put it on this morning at 7 o'clock and I could still smell it right now. I will tell you right now, it has nothing to do with the Brethren, but I just found out that I don't like this fragrance after all. I used to wear it and I used to have a bottle of it and I loved it back in the day, but it just doesn't sit well with me anymore. That's okay. Nothing against the Brethren. Yesterday though, I did try out the Allure for Men, and I have the original bottle of Allure myself, and I actually was a fan, a big fan of that, because it smelled, I would say, about 90% of the way towards the actual thing. You can go to their website down below and you'll notice that they have a huge list of fragrances both for men and for women. And you'll notice that you'll see the brand names and everything there. So just a disclosure so that you're aware, the fragrances that this company makes, they are inspired by those other fragrances. They cannot mention that they are those fragrances. They can't because legally they are not. They're not affiliated with those companies at all. But they do a pretty good job of being as close as possible. And I definitely think that they smell better than what you find in those gas stations or in those cheap perfume shops or even truck stops or whatever. They definitely smell better than that. And they're presented very nicely. I like the bottles, and they do come in a roll-on format so that when you apply, it's not messy at all. I believe that wraps up this video. So thank you for tuning in to this channel. Please don't forget to subscribe down below. And if you like what you saw, definitely give it a thumbs up. And also, if you have questions, leave a comment below. And if you feel like interacting with the owner of the company, his Instagram page, you can send him a message there. He can answer any questions that you may have about his company. He's been really great about answering them for me. He'll be just as nice to talk to you as well. So definitely check them out. They're really nice people. They have a great mission statement, by the way, on their website. And they have a great cause. And so make sure that you check out their website. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.